Ever seen strange codes like div/o or value pop up in your Excel sheet? Don't panic. These are just error codes. They show up when something is not quite right with your formula. Think of them like warning signs, helping you detect mistakes early so you don't end up with wrong results. If you're working with Excel as a data analyst, it's important to understand common error codes and how to fix them. These little mistakes can affect your analysis, so knowing how to handle them is a must. The good news is these error codes aren't permanent. They can be fixed once you understand what they mean. Each error codes tell you the kind of problem you are dealing with. For example, div/o usually means you are dividing by zero, while name shows that Excel doesn't recognize a word or function you typed. What are some of the error codes that most of us face? We have div/o, we have value, we have ref, we have name, we have null, we have num, and we have n/a. In this video, we're going to be focusing on three major error codes. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Sandra and this is Tech with Sandra. So let's get right to the video. What are error codes in Excel? Error codes are indications we receive when there's an issue with our formula or function. The type of issue is indicated based on the name of the error code. They are temporary, meaning they can be fixed or corrected. Some error codes are name, reference, div/o, null, num, value, and na. Let's get straight to the first error code. We have div/o. The div/o error code occurs when Excel tries to divide a number in a cell by zero or by an empty cell. An empty cell can also be a blank cell. Excel doesn't know how to divide by zero, so div/o will always pop up when you are trying to divide a number by zero. Now, how do you fix this type of error code? You can fix this error code by making sure the bottom number, which is the divisor, is not zero or empty. You can also make use of the if formula to avoid this error and keep your spreadsheet clean and easy to read. I have some examples here. In this particular cell, the formula is C8 divided by B8 times 100, which is a very perfect formula, and that is why there is no error code. So the next cell, which is D9, it says C9, which is 30, divided by B9, which is 0, times 100. Now this particular formula will not work because I'm trying to divide a number by 0. Remember I said that the bottom number, which is a divisor, should not be 0. You can correct this by changing the divisor from 0 to a number that it can actually be divided by. I'm going to quickly run through the other examples of how you can clear this particular error code. The name error code means that Excel cannot understand the formula or function that you have imputed in the spreadsheet. It can occur when you misspell a function name, forget to add quotes around text, use a named range that doesn't exist, or forget to start with an equal sign. I have some examples here. One common way you can get this particular error code is by misspelling your function name. Let's say you're trying to spell sum. You're trying to make use of the sum function. Instead of spelling SUM, I spelled SOM. It's a very common mistake. That's why it's very important you go over your function before inputting enter. Because if you do not spell the function name correctly, you are going to get this error. You can correct this by spelling properly from SOM to SUM, and that takes away the error code. Now this second example, remember when I was explaining this particular error code, I made mention that you can also get it when you forget to add quotes around text. Now in Excel, when you are trying to reference a text or point out a particular text, you have to add quotes around them. So I'm going to correct this error code by adding quotes, and that was all I needed to do. So this particular one, it has to do with the issue of name range, right? So let's say you're carrying out an analysis and you are carrying out calculations on specific range of cells. So instead of going back to highlight the same cells over and over and over again, you can name that particular range of cells. I'm going to correct this by adding the actual name, and as you can see, it's popping up. So when I click enter, it immediately carries out the calculation. So far we've dealt with two most common error codes, and now we're going on to the last one. Now let's talk about the reference error code. This is another one that I've really struggled with in the past, because most times you don't realize that you deleted a particular column or a particular row, or even if you deleted it, you don't realize that that thing you deleted is actually affecting a formula or a function that you have already done, the calculation that you've already carried out previously. So before you delete anything in your Excel spreadsheet, you have to be careful so you don't affect the calculations that you've already carried out. So this particular error code means a formula or function is referencing a cell that no longer exists. In this case, the reference is broken. This can occur when you delete a cell, row, or column that your formula or function was using. It can also show up if you copied a formula from one place to another. Most times when you carry out this particular function or formula, what Excel is trying to do is Excel is trying to locate that cell that you mentioned in your formula and then carry out the calculation. So imagine if that cell no longer exists, there is no way Excel can carry out that calculation. So whenever you are analyzing data on Excel, please always make sure that you do not delete a column or a row that affects your calculation. Always cross check, it's very important. Now, how do you fix this particular error code? One magical way is by making use of the undo function. When you press the Ctrl+Z key on your laptop, it will immediately undo whatever you did. So if you deleted a column or a row, it will undo it and it will go back to the way it was. Another way you can correct this error is by manually editing the formula. So I'm going to do a quick visual description of everything I just said. A very good example is I'm like, oh, I don't need this particular column anymore and I just want to get rid of it. I can click here and go to delete and delete everything because I'm like, I don't need it anymore. Like, why is it even here? And instantly Excel begins to indicate that there is an error, that I deleted something that is very vital to my calculation. And now I'm panicking, like, what's going on? I don't understand what this means. Why is the number no longer showing? So you can easily fix this by either undoing, which is Ctrl+Z, take it back to the way it was, or let's go back, or you can manually edit the formula like I said. So take away the reference, and let's use a different, let's say you want to now calculate something different. You can highlight this new range, click enter, and there you go. So now Excel doesn't have a problem anymore because I'm no longer referencing that other cell. I'm referencing a new cell that is readily accessible to Excel. So the gist about these error codes is that Nobody is perfect, right? Okay, as you can see, because of the previous column I deleted, so a lot of the other calculations I've done above were affected. So I'm just going to undo it. All right, as you can see, everything is back to normal. I like it like this. So a bonus tip is going to be how you can identify error codes easily, especially if you are dealing with large data. So firstly, you click on the beautiful triangle over there, and then in the home tab, you see conditional formatting. So you click on it and you click on highlight cell rules, and you click on more rules. Then you click on use a formula to determine which cell to format, and you input this error open bracket A1 close bracket, and you click on format and you try to choose a color that will really pop, that will be noticeable, which is color yellow. For me, that's my preference. And then you click OK, and that's it. So when you get an error code, the whole cell will completely be colored in yellow, so you will easily identify the error codes. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you were able to learn one or two things. And if you have any thoughts, please leave it in the comment section. I'm definitely looking out for your opinions, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching the video.